First item on the agenda would be to approve the minutes. Those minutes were delivered to you through the board pack system and were available for your review. So do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Motion by Kissling. Have a second. Second by McFerrin. We'll roll call on the minutes. Tom, you want to do that, please?
Kissling.
Kissling?
Here. Yes. Yay.
Dubon.
Dubon?
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
5 ayes, no nays. The motion to approve the minutes is approved. Also, claims were available. The claim docket was delivered to the council for their review prior to the meeting. Do I have a motion to, any questions or motion to approve the claims? Do I have a motion? Motion by Ware, seconded by Kissling. Roll call vote, please.
Kissling.
Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
5 ayes, no nays. The claims are hereby approved. In accordance with the governor's order as well, we are trying to conduct only essential business for this meeting. The first item on our agenda would be consider a motion allowing electronic attendance at meetings, which is what we're doing. I will read the motion that has been prepared and then ask for our council motion to approve. The motion would be pursuant to Governor Holcomb's Executive Order 2009. Members of the Common Council and all city boards, commissions, and agencies are authorized to participate in public meetings by electronic communication, by which members can simultaneously communicate so long as the quorum of members participate and any such meeting is made available to members of the public and the media. This is effective for the duration of Executive Order 2009. Do we have any questions on the motion? If not, I would accept a motion to approve. A motion? Motion by Ware, seconded by Dubon. We have a roll call, please.
Kissling.
Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
Motion is hereby approved. Second, we have a resolution that was an executive order issued by the mayor's office concerning utility shutoffs. The resolution that extends that temporary moratorium for non-emergency utility disconnection for non-payment of services. Again, this would be a resolution extending that until further action by the council. Is that correct, Phil?
Well, actually, the resolution gives you the authority to determine when to discontinue it.
Okay, so this would give the mayor the authority to continue this policy until necessary.
And I might point out the governor's executive order, one of his executive orders does prohibit public utilities from disconnecting for non-payment during this time. So your decision would be consistent with his
Okay.
declaration that.
Okay. So what ordinance resolution would this be?
2020-07.
22007. Do we have any questions concerning the motion or the resolution? Do I have a motion to approve the resolution as presented?
Motion made.
Motion by Bounds, seconded by McFerrin. A vote, please.
Kissling.
Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
Resolution 2007 is hereby adopted. We have we're going to consider a motion for deposit of funds and claim approvals during this time. So I'm trying to lock out of my computer just logged out. Do you have that motion?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Phil's going to read the motion.
I can read the motion. For the duration of the governor's public health emergency declaration, the following deposit of funds and approval of claims procedures are hereby authorized if, in the judgment of the clerk treasurer, they are necessary for compliance with public health guidance to combat the COVID-19. First of all, deposit of funds. The deposit of public funds may be limited to 2 times per week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Generally, state law requires the clerk treasurer to deposit daily, but this would allow him to deposit 2 times per week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And secondly, all public funds on hand on days when deposits are not made shall be secured under lock and key in the clerk treasurer's office. With regard to approval of claims, for claims that are not authorized for pre-approval payment in accordance with ordinance number 2001-06, the Common Council and all other boards having jurisdiction over approval of claims are hereby authorized to designate a member to approve payment of claims in advance of approval by the appropriate governing body. And for all such claims paid in accordance with the foregoing and in accordance with ordinance number 2001-06, the approval of such claims shall be considered for approval or ratification by the appropriate governing body at the first meeting following the end of the public health emergency declaration. This would authorize each board or body, obviously, to designate one of their members to review the claims and authorize the clerk treasurer to pay them.
Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve as presented? Motion by Kissling. Have a second? Seconded by Ware. We'll have a vote, please.
Kissling.
Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
The motion carries. And do we need to have a designation?
This body, council should designate one of their members.
So, as President Pro Tem of the council, it would be my recommendation that Councilman Ware be designated as the member that could sign for the claims. Could I have if there's no discussion or dispute, do I have a motion to that effect? Motion by McFerrin,
Motion second.
second by Dubon. All those in favor of the motion, roll call, please.
Kissling.
Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
Councilman Ware is designated as the member has the authority to approve the claims. Next item on the agenda would be a ordinance to establish an amendment to the pay ordinance for emergency stay-at-home pay. As we're all aware, the governor ordered a stay-at-home policy to go into effect effective tomorrow. We are planning to amend that our salary ordinance, providing for pay for those who are stay-at-home. We have members of our workforce who are essential or that are coming in, but others who are being asked to stay home. And this ordinance would provide for payment for those who are part-time, permanent part-time, full-time, and salaried employees to receive pay during this time of emergency. There would be a way to for us to track that. There would be emergency on-call during this time, which means they need to be prepared to work should they be called to work. And also there would be these hours would not go towards overtime unless they actual physically work present for work more than 40 hours in the regular pay period. This is by order of the mayor and can be done in times of emergency such as this.
It also prohibits those employees who are receiving stay-home pay during the emergency from moonlighting during that period of time when they are required the normal hours in order to be available.
And this would,
I believe
go
it's
ahead.
in there, is it not?
Yes.
Okay. 2020-08.
Councilman Kissling had a question?
Yes, question, weekend on-call pay, they will receive that as well?
The weekends will operate as normal weekends are. This is for emergency on-call during what would be considered normal work hours. The weekend on-call procedure will be the same as during normal working times.
Okay, that's fine.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Councilman Ware.
And if somebody does work moonlight, what's the consequences? Have you thought about that?
that would be part of our policy, and we are going through that with our policy folks to determine exactly what that process would be. But there would be some sort of action taken for disciplinary action should that happen.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Councilman McFerrin? I'm sorry, hang on. We're not hearing you. Okay, try again, Steve. I'm sorry, let me see if I can move. Okay, try again, please. It's dropped out. Your call has dropped out, Councilman. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get reconnected with that.
Looks like it's bunkers.
We're all learning new technology as we go through this. Any other questions? Well, again, I want to say that this policy is consistent with other cities and towns across Indiana. There's been a lot of meetings regularly between mayors and cities and towns about this situation, and I think you will find our policy would be consistent with other communities that are in the same situation. Councilman McFerrin, you still there?
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back. Okay.
And your question, please?
My question is, this applies during normal working hours?
Yes. This is for what would be normal working hours. The question was, does this apply to normal working hours? And that's when it would apply for a time, whatever the normal shift is. For example, some of the utility workers work from 7 to 3:30. It would be during their normal working hours.
You get feedback from somewhere else?
Yeah, I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Okay.
I think we're back. Okay. Did everybody understand the question? It concerns only normal working hours is where what this applies to. And our the directive from the mayor's office has been to the superintendents. It is their discretion determining what the necessary employees are, and that could change from day to day depending on situation. But I wanted to give the superintendents the ability to determine for their department what essential services are, and same with the clerk treasurer. We will determine what those are as days go by, and it could change from day to day. Are there any other questions about the ordinance before we present for vote? Hearing none, do I have a motion to introduce ordinance number 2028, an ordinance amending the 2019-45 ordinance fixing salaries for the city of Huntingburg? Do you have a motion? Motion by McFerrin, seconded by Bounds. Have a vote, please.
Kissling.
Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
5 ayes, no nays. The ordinance passes on the first reading. We can suspend the rules and consider this ordinance on the same evening it was introduced if there is unanimous consent to do so. Do I have a motion for suspension of the rules? We have a motion by Kissling and a second by Ware. A vote, please.
Kissling.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
We now consider ordinance 2020-08 for adoption. Do I have a motion to adopt? Motion by Kissling, seconded by Dubon. The vote, please.
Kissling.
Kissling,
Kissling.
Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
5 ayes, no nays. And ordinance number 2020-08 is hereby adopted. Final item on the agenda would be an item for us from the Plan Commission. This would be an ordinance amending the zoning map. This was a ordinance That was approved, or it was approved by, the rezoning was approved by the Plan Commission and needed to come for the council for their action. The reason why it's being taken this evening is it was for this project to continue on, they needed this rezoning. The Plan Commission approved the request from Viasat Incorporated, and Phil,
Yeah, it's rezoning of approximately 700 square feet so that they, Viasat, the petitioner, can erect I think it's a 15 to 20 foot communications tower that is necessary for their operations in serving logistic companies in the area. It is consistent with the zoning in the area, and there were no objections by any landowners that adjoin the property or that are affected. And of course, the Planning Commission sends it to you with its recommendation to approve the rezoning. This being a zoning ordinance, it can be adopted on a single action without suspending rules.
do we have a copy of the ordinance? I don't know how about, I don't know if I have a copy.
It is on board back.
Yes, okay, oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I don't have it.
Right.
Print it out.
So this would be ordinance number 2020-09, is that
Right.
correct?
2020-09.
Any questions on the ordinance?
Where's the location on that?
It is at,
Is it Skyline Drive and Skyline Drive?
southwest corner of Skyline Drive, near Skyline Diesel.
Oh, okay.
Right across from Niehaus Park.
Okay.
Any other further questions? Do I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2020-09? Motion by Kissling, seconded by McFerrin. Roll call, please.
Kissling. Kissling.
I think he said.
Aye.
Can't hear.
Can you not hear Tom?
No. No.
Kissling.
Aye. Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Downs.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays.
5 ayes, no nays. Ordinance 2020-09 is hereby approved. Two things that normally happen at these meetings are reports from both the Energy and the Water Department. Those reports have been submitted to the council for their review. Water Superintendent Meyerholtz is on the phone listening to the meeting. Superintendent Rudepoller is here. I would ask, are there any questions on either report pertaining to the operations of the plant, or if not, we will accept the reports as presented. Any questions from the council? Hearing none, those reports are accepted as presented. Do we have any
No.
items from the city attorney?
Nope.
Hearing that, we would, no further action. Any other questions from the council?
I do have a comment.
Okay,
If Tom can explain about we're keeping the utility office open and how that works, a good time, I think it's a good opportunity.
how's the operation of the utility office as for paying bills?
We put the payments, you can put the payments in the Dropbox or mail them in. If you're a move in or move out, you can call in and we will be at the window to take your paperwork at the drawer.
Okay.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Hearing none, do we have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Kissling, seconded by McFerrin. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have a roll call on that, please.
Kissling.
Aye.
Dubon.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
5 ayes.
5 ayes, no nays. Council is hereby adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen, for your attendance.